Hello everybody, it's me, TONIK TZW, and it is the weekend again, and I played this game this morning to try and tick off a bureau project. And let's just say I don't play cruisers very often. I don't play Italian cruisers very often, and therefore I'm in the Duke of B because I got it free out of a free crate, not one that I paid for. And so, although I've got the normal Duke as well, I decided to take the black version out and give it a spin. Now, as I said, I'm not great with cruisers. I'm just running Mimbelli with probably a very basic cruiser captain build on it. It's nothing special. And to be honest, I was rather overwhelmed. I was underwhelmed with the performance of this ship. I have got SAP loaded on my main guns along with normal AP because I decided to use this game as a bit of a test, just to see what I could and couldn't do with this thing. Now, I've put on the title of this that it is a watch and learn, because it truly is a watch and learn, because I was learning myself as I was playing it. I can't remember the last time I took this out. It must have been 3-4 weeks ago. And then I think it was just for the Christmas bonus type thing. So that was probably only an AA match, and I didn't really do a lot in it. But we spawn here out on the left flank of the Atlantic. So we are going to push. We are going to see what we can see without, hopefully, getting killed. Because survival is obviously one part of winning the game. Now, if you noticed our destroyers, they spawned center and right on this map, which is the Atlantic. And the destroyer that spawned in center has decided that rather than split across the map, which is what red team's destroyers are going to do, they are going to get a choo-choo lemming train human caterpillar going down the right side of the map. But luckily we have got a couple of ships that are going to sit here and work for us as well. Chungking, no camo, sailing straight out broadside to pretty much everything. I got two battleships just behind me there. The Derp Flinger is going to sit back there for a little while anyway. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know where he finishes on the stats, actually. Can't remember. But he's going to meet a timely end a little bit later. Now we get that destroyer spotted there, the Icarus. So I switch to SAP because I want to give that a go. We got a little bit lucky being the ship to get the kill volley on that cruiser as he tried to smoke up and slow down. Tip of the week, watch and learn. Slow down, then smoke up. This Icarus is going to feel my touch. Not in a way that he likes. I'm like, ooh, tasty sap. But now he's gone a little bit skinny, which is a thing that I like to do as well. Go skinny, get away, drop detection, and then maneuver. But that other cruiser pulls in thinking he's going to get shots on, obviously forgets that the big white triangle mountain icon means that you are going to kill seagulls on the beach. But he does get a good salvo off before running round the corner into the graph. And you'll see my mic pop up and I'm saying, I hope you've got torpedoes ready, mate. But I decided that rather than leave him on his own, I'm going to push around this rock and I'm going to try and do what I can to help. Now the Graf is a bit of a battle cruiser. It's a bit more heavily armoured than I am, and so I decide to test out both SAP and AP on this guy, as well as spamming some torpedoes across there. And it just seems a bit random on what these shells will do. I'm trying to keep an eye on what's happening. The Derp Flinger is still sat back there in our cap. I get spotted, I'm laying fire on, but I'm thinking that Graf has probably got his attention on that cruiser that's off to his left hand side, my right. But one of our battleships has pushed forward, the New Mexico, while the derp flinger sits back and lets other people do the work and thinks about whether or not he's going to come in and help us. He's waiting to see what transpires. Now you'll notice we've already lost one destroyer and a cruiser out on the right flank, and now we have lost both destroyers who went out for the right flank. That Visby was stuck between those two little islands. I don't know what he was thinking, but that Aoba obviously just ran him down, probably with sonar running, got him lit up, and he had a destroyer, a cruiser and a battleship there surrounding him. So he put himself in a position that he wasn't going to get out of. If anything, Visby, no smoke, mate, you want to be in open water using your torpedoes at range, just ticking off the damage slowly but surely. Don't get stuck right in there. But the Ioba plays smart. He pulls in right beside that rock and I can't get shots on him. But you'll notice that our friend the Derpflinger, who was way out there on the cap on his own, hanging back to see what was going to happen, he's now decided that, oh, red team are pushing towards me. I don't want to be out here anymore. Now it's lucky that I saw this occurring, that red were pushing the right flank. I turned round and very thankfully one of the other battleships turned round as well. The Aoba comes out, he's going guns. I'm going to get some AP onto him as well because he is broadside, and we get 5 citadels in one salvo, but the Exeter picks up the kill. Very unlucky there not to get a dev strike. That would have been one for the collection. But now we've got the Congo, and I'm still firing Armour Pearson. I know I'm heading towards an island and I'm thinking I need to turn out, but in doing so I'm going to be broadside of the Congo. Congo, please shoot at somebody else and not me. But you'll see here I'm getting rather low values here on these AP shells, and I'm halfway through a reload, so I decide to put AP out at that destroyer. But I figure that there's 1, 2, 3 ships there behind us. They can deal with that because we've got a Congo and a cruiser, and there's actually also another battleship out here as well. So 2 of us have pulled back to try and blunt this push by red team. I know this Congo can delete me. I'm half expecting him to put his shells straight through me. But there we go. The Derby Flinger decides to put a shot in and gets himself a kill. Now we've got the Cavor out in front of us. But you see that plane up there? Yep, there's a cruiser coming through. It's a Huang He, which is a premium Pan-Asian cruiser. I think it's in one of the crates. I'm not sure if you can buy it outright. I think you might be able to buy it in this current campaign. It's on one of the store pages, I think. But I'm trying to get some AP into him because he was broadside. It doesn't appear to do much. He's now angled, so I'm going to switch my attention back to this Cavor, who has most certainly got more guns than me. They're bigger than mine, and they hit a lot harder than mine. This is where I make a mistake, but you'll notice that the Derflinger, who has pushed all the way from sitting back at the cap, is now running for red team's cap, is completely on his own and isolated. It is 3 players 4. Red team have a slight advantage in points, and this guy is going to seal that advantage because he is going to touch our cap, which wasn't very nice of him. Now I've got 11,000 hit points left. I'm expecting this Cavor really to go at me. The Derflinger is pushing out against a cruiser, a battleship, I think it's a Bayern, and he's got the destroyer out there as well. So he's continuing to push forward even though he knows he's completely outgunned and out of position with no support. So there's another lesson to be learned here. A, don't get isolated. B, don't lemming train. C, defend your cap, and B, don't be that guy in the Derflinger. Did I say D or B twice? I can't remember there. But we've pulled back. We're defending this cap. We're doing what we can. Herbie Derby out there is absolutely surrounded near red team's cap. I've got torpedoes out again. I'm trying to do as much damage as I can to this guy, but I think I might need to put either AP pen or AP damage on these things, because sometimes I'm getting a K plus, other times I'm getting a couple of hundred, other times I'm getting absolutely nothing. But even though the destroyer was spotted for absolutely ages there, the Derflinger gets himself dev struck, but in doing so he manages to take out the cruiser, which was probably the easy kill out of them. The destroyer would have been the preferred kill, because it would have then left us with a cruiser and a battleship versus a cruiser and a battleship, and I think we might have possibly had the advantage if that was the case. But you will have heard the announcement that there are 5 minutes left in the game. That battleship touching our cap has given red team a 2-point advantage. Both of us are way on the opposite side of the map to where we need to be. There is a destroyer out there who I think has racked up 4 kills so far. If I was him at this stage of the game, I would spot for the battleship and I would let the battleship do the work. Screen for the battleship and then basically look for the opportunity to put torpedoes onto our battleship and walk away with a Kraken. But that's what I would do. This guy does not think the same as me. Now, I'm in a cruiser, but I am thinking, how would I play this as a destroyer? And I would play it exactly that way. I would get out in front of the battleship, I would screen, I would spot, especially a low health cruiser like myself. A buy-in could one salvo me. Now you'll notice that I have got my plane up, because I'm just wondering if these guys are going to be sat behind this island. And as I run up to this island, I'm going to pop my sonar, because I want to know if either of those ships are behind there, and if they are, I want to get them spotted and know if there are torpedoes coming my way. But you look at us, we are sailing straight line, one end of the map to the other. This should never have been allowed to happen. We have used 2.5 minutes of the 5 minutes that we had when we brought it down to 2-2 on the ships. I've only got 1 kill and 68,500 damage. It's not a huge game. Sonar is running. I've got my guns off to the left. I'm expecting this DD perhaps to be hiding on the corner, ready to bang torpedoes at me. I'm looking at the map and thinking about where I can turn to if I need to. But my planes picked nothing up, my sonars picked nothing up, and just to be on the safe side, I put a spread of torpedoes out towards the corner of the island. I am expecting little red triangles appearing in the water any moment soon, but I'm not spotted. That tells me they're either behind something or they're so far away that they can't see me. 1 minute 30 seconds on the clock. They've had a 2-point advantage for the last 3.5 minutes. They could have exploited this advantage, but this is where red team are going to completely throw this game away, because the clock's ticking through 1 minute 10 and it's only going to take me another few seconds. I'm still not spotted. Where's this destroyer at? He can't win the game by getting to our cap. Less than a minute to play, and here we go. I am on red team's cap. I turn because The Bayern is there behind me. His guns aren't even looking this way. I'm being targeted, but I turn away from him, knowing that I can drop detection from spotting and just move away, because we have the points that we need now, a 4-point advantage. The smoke screen tells me that the destroyer is there as well. I'm no longer spotted, the destroyer can't see me, the battleship can't see me, unless he pulls a Hail Mary blind shot out of that smoke screen. You ain't gonna get me. They have had 5 minutes to play this game to a win. Instead, they've sat back and they have let myself and this battleship sail in and literally take candy from a baby. That is probably the most ridiculous throw I have ever seen in a game of World of Warships Legends. I really do hope you've enjoyed watching this one. I hope that perhaps there's some lessons in there of things that you do in your game that you think twice about in future. I'm always here for questions, so please do drop something in the comments if you'd like to know something about me or my gameplay. Until next time, take care and goodbye.